looking at me.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Now it's been a few weeks since the last video. If you've seen my last live stream, you would have seen the crazy race I had with the emotion, but I have that for another time, which is probably going to be later after this video. As you can see, daily race C, Circuit de Spa Francorchamps, which was the first one that was a daily race, and it's been in FIA now. So as you can see, we're SRA, and that's because we got dropped about a few months ago, well a few weeks ago actually, because if you remember the last few videos, you will know NLR Scrapper, who deliberately ruined most of our races. Myself, the Hungarian who got me a penalty in qualifying, and then Gabriel, who was also at fault, but nothing we can change there. All we can do is just try rebuild our SR and still try push on with our drive rating. So as you can see, this is going to be a fuel saving race, but with the BMW it's just the worst on fuel. So what I have to do is fuel save for as many laps as possible, which won't be able to do a no stop, and then just put fuel in, because BMW is very good on tyres. So as you can see, already out of the slipstream, we're both in front and behind due to that last corner that we always start on, which is the most frustrating part. But as you can see, almost getting ourselves a penalty straight away from the tyres, and as you can see, we only have 5 laps of fuel, which would only bring us to lap 6, and then after about a lap or two, I'm going to start the fuel saving process, and then we should be able to pit on like lap 6 or 7, just to make things easier. So the Ferrari is actually the best car to choose here. There was a Ferrari in this lobby, but only one, so they went from I think 5th or 6th to the victory, so they could do a no stopper because the tyres and fuel were just outstanding. So as we come down out from, I don't even know what turn it is, but as you can see, second place has a penalty now, so that's a bit of good news for us. We're short shifting and actually lifting as well early, just to save some fuel, and maybe hopefully catch up to the guys in front. Maybe not the leader because of my fuel saving idea, but as you can see, letting go of the throttle, then braking a bit later, and just waiting until we can actually gain on the guys in front. So as you can see, SRs are green so far, which is good news for us, and we put the fuel mixture on too, so we can push and just still go the same pace, rather than fuel save and go the same pace. We can fuel save while pushing. So I think both ways work, and as you can see, lifting so I don't run wide there, and the gap behind is about 2.5 seconds. But that will come down due to the way I'm fuel saving. So as you can see, second place with the penalty. You won't be able to actually pass him, I don't think. I can't see what the penalty is, but from what I can tell, it might be a 1 second penalty, or 1.5 maybe, from track limits, or maybe track limits, so it might be 0.5 or 1 second. Sometimes they do 1.5 as well. But whatever penalty it is, we're kind of too far back now, and the guys behind have sort of caught up. As you can see, yellow is coming up, that's us slowing down, which means he's going to have to slow down to serve the penalty. But yeah, we're too far away, and the guys behind are, as you can see, flicking through back and forth the entire time, just looking to see how much he's gaining on me. And as he's nearly losing the rear, he was too eager to get on the power, so I nearly lost the car there, which could have effectively lost me P3 straight away, and just barely even 2 laps. But as you can see, running wide, driving just over the cone, or yeah, I'll just call it the cone, but just driving over that, so not dealing with any struggle or anything. So didn't tip us over or knock us sideways. We went right under it, so we didn't actually have any issues there. So as you can see, guys behind, flicking through to get 9-10 separators now. And the gap to the P2 is 2.5, so we won't be able to catch up to the leader either because of our fuel saving. But because no one is in the fry apart from the guy in 5th, we're all going to have to make a pit. Well, we all could make a pit stop, but if they knew how to fuel save, then they could possibly go for a no stop. But I have to pit in this race because of the fuel, which isn't actually a bad idea because all they have to do is put fuel in, and other people want to put tyres and fuel in, which doesn't have to do for the BMW. You just have to put fuel in. As you can see, Mercedes is right behind us, ready to pass us, but literally nearly lost the control, so he immediately lost that gap, otherwise he would overtake us this lap. So as you can see, braking nicely into the corner, and now the Ferrari is right up P4, and so far we have about nearly 7 laps of fuel left, not exactly 7 yet. Coming up over Rouge, lifting because this was still me getting used to it, and yeah, someone behind is serving a penalty, but I can't see who. I think it's guy in P4 or 5 or 6 maybe, I don't know. But anywho, apparently P2 hasn't actually pulled away. We're still with him, just lost about 2 or 3 tenths on the lap. But even though we're doing that, we're still with him and the leader, so I'm not sure if they're fuel saving as well, but we'll find out later as coming through this tricky section, which is very easy to follow, as you saw on the World Tour here. One driver went off and then rammed someone else off, like for no reason, but it doesn't matter. That was months ago, and this time I can actually say months ago. And now we're here, and we're gonna do the opposite thing. But you'll see something on the last lap, which confused me, but then I was lucky to avoid. But that's gonna come halfway through the race, so I think pit stops came in on lap 5 and 6, and as you can see on the Astro, the guys behind nearly with me now, so but yeah, I can definitely say I've lost the guys in front because they're 3 seconds ahead now. But the guys behind, I can't lose, and I won't lose because of my fuel saving idea. So in the end, we're probably just gonna have to suffer just losing down to P5, and apparently P6 is out of sight. Well, he's there now, just coming out the last chicane. I don't know what happened to him, but here, well, maybe it's the next lap actually. Yeah, it's the next lap. I'm gonna get overtaken by the guys behind, and that's when I have to just give up for time being and just settle in their slipstream so I can actually save more fuel and still be in them. But I wasn't gonna do it now because it's not really worth doing. But he's 5 tenths back, and just look how much he can gain in that slipstream. Trying to break it, he's going to be right in it, just he can't go for a move because he's too far back. So this time, not bottling it, not losing the car, so we're good there. And just turn left, right, left, just literally turning the entire time on this track. And as you can see, there's the same cone we went under about 2 laps ago. So that's the way you know that I didn't hit it, because I went right under it, which is actually pretty satisfying when I raced it. So as we can see, P2, we hardly gained anything, and now we're actually losing time again. But the Ferrari is right behind us now, and the Mercedes is coming at us as well. but the Ferraris first. He overtook Mercedes sometime this lap, or when he made that mistake at the last chicane. But either one is actually no, it was two chicanes ago. It was 2 laps ago. It was 7 personal best time. The Ferrari has the fastest lap, which makes a lot of sense. So he's going to be gaining on us again, like Leclerc would on Vettel. So yeah, it's 3/10 now. I run wide, so I'm gonna have dirty tires because I went off the track. But no penalty thankfully. Ferrari looks to the inside, doesn't go for it, so took a weird entry there. But because of that, it compromised my exit. But the Ferrari sort of did as well. But he's gonna have a move up the inside. I'm just gonna let him, as you can see, lifting for fuel saving and letting him go. Little contact here, and we're both getting really nicely. Now, ESA down, but I couldn't care less as this is just halfway through the race, so it'll easily just stay green. But one other thing that I'm going to be explaining is that the one way you get a penalty on this circuit is if you make contact and then someone either spins out, drives off, or something like that. So when the Ferrari touched me, I could have easily driven off like I've seen someone do before. They're one of the saltiest drivers in the game, and they deliberately do it all the time. So I'm not one of those people, and I never will be. I know the lower rated people would probably do it, but I don't blame them because I don't even know what to say. But the penalty system wasn't out when I was in the lower rated lobbies, but it is out now when I'm in the second highest rated, rank driver rating. As you can see, staying in the slip line, running wide, it's just clipping on the Astro, on the curve, which doesn't cause us to spin, which is a good sign. But they would actually cause issues if you try to brake on them. So I'll do that driving experience thing of that one maybe the start of the new year. So yeah, just staying with them now, 2 seconds off our time. And right now we're still in the slipstream with the Mercedes. We'll put the fuel mixture on 3. But yeah, we're gonna have to pit, and maybe soon, because we only have 7 laps of fuel, and it's 7 seconds behind the leader now. And we're out of the slipstream now of the Mercedes, but as you can see, the leader comes in, and the Mercedes comes in, and we're just basically just going to go pit on this lap because the Ferrari's off into the distance, and all I can do is just stay consistent, not bin it in the first corner, which I do a lot in practice and practice lobbies, so people would easily get past me when they make the pit stop. And this time I actually didn't make a mistake, but as you can see, 3rd place most likely will easily gain on us because he's made the pit stop. But he's 7 seconds away now, and he was 6 seconds behind before. But it probably will go down dramatically as of the fuel strategy I'm doing. But as you can see, still lifting. The Ferrari's easily just going to pull away from me because that was the car to choose. But just staying consistent, not making any silly amateur mistakes, and looking for that cone to see if it's still there, and yes it is. And yeah, the Ferrari's just gone. So the guys behind are sort of fighting, so it's still 7 seconds, which is good news for me. So if it stays at 7 seconds, I can make a pit stop and hopefully come out ahead of them because I'm not putting any tires on, it's just fuel. So put the fuel mixture on 4 now, and seriously want to save much fuel to the end. And then at the end I do actually make a mistake, and that was to put the fuel mixture on 1, which is full power. and that just burned the car's fuel on like it burns 0.6 in the first sector, which was the worst option I could have done, so that was my mistake. But we did recover that in the end, and as you can see, just lost a second on that lap because they were battling. And this is where we're going to come in for our in lap and then put the fuel in, and then just go to the end on these on this fuel and easy on the tires. If I fuel saved a lot, and I hit the wall. If I fuel saved a lot more, I could have easily finished the race. As you can see, the diamond is just there, so a little bit more fuel saving and we could have done the no stopper, but we would have just lost too much time. So as you can see, barely putting any fuel in. So as we got nested down for hitting that wall, gonna come out just behind second place and just get overtaken by third as well. So a bit frustrating, and as you can see, put it on 1, which is the biggest mistake I could have done, because it did say I had a lot of fuel left, but then it didn't let me have a lot of fuel left, so that was the unfortunate part. But as you can see, he's going left, go right, he goes right, so I go on left, comes across me, hits me, and I just can't go anywhere. I could have just turned in on him, but that was not the best idea, so we stood back and we can fight that another time for the podium. As you can see, he gets pushed off the Frenchman, so I go right up the inside, and as you can see, barely get any space, but you know what, I go for it anyways. Unfortunately, he knocked the pour cone off the track, so my side sign work was all for nothing, but you know, it doesn't really matter. But as you can see, I thought the fuel was actually going to die out, and it sort of did, so it did die in the first sector, so the best thing I could just do is short shift as I'm doing right now. And coming over the line is my big check, so I wanted to check if I was actually doing a good idea by just putting the power all the way down, or should I put it on 2? So the guy behind, if I decide to fuel save now, it's going to easily breeze past me. But there is one part on the last lap, I think, or it's probably now, that he actually gets himself a 1 second penalty. So yeah, the fuel wasn't great. I had 1.3 at the end, which wasn't going to get me to the end, so I had to start fuel saving it. And yeah, he runs wide and picks up a 1 second penalty. So I will get a breathing space when he has to serve that. And if I can stay in the slipstream of the Porsche in second, then I can sort of save a bit more fuel, something like that. As you can see, final lap now, he has that 1 second penalty, so still in the slipstream of the Porsche ahead, thankfully, and the Porsche behind sort of goes for a send, but can't do that from that far back unless I basically let him. But just about in the slipstream of the car ahead. Doubt it's gonna last long, but we'll see how it goes. So way out of the slipstream now. Porsche behind is probably desperately trying to get by me. And as you can see, he ends up with a 1 second penalty before he serves it because he cut the corner again. So now that the second Frenchman is now ahead, he immediately goes wide and just immediately knocks himself out of the slipstream behind me. And then the other Frenchman goes by, and then now he's just going to go on a chase after me because the Porsche is a very, very good option here as well. As you can see, that cone on the edge of the track now. And last lap now, behind the Porsche. Are we able to steal a podium, or will we have to fall back and have the second guy in 4th place take our spot? The answer is we won't quit without a fight. Now, just let you know, the guy behind was the person who got pole, so he is faster than me. And picking a fight with him was a good idea, because just because he's faster than me doesn't mean I'm not going to fight him. And that means we can get a decent amount of points with a podium. so I forgot what we were expected to finish, but it doesn't really matter. As you can see, he's in the slipstream now, and all I can really do is hope for the best. As you can see, I'm not short shifting now. I'm just literally using every bit of power I have left in this tank. 0.2 left, and as you can see, he goes for a send, and he just completely messes it up. He goes to the corner, and I thought he was gonna wipe me out, so I go all the way onto the side. I lift it off in case he hits me. That way I can't go off the track. And we steal the podium after starting on the podium. So this is a road to S rated again, and possibly driver rating A+ later on. So if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, because we're so close to 200. But let's get this before the end of the year, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.